The Catcher in the Rye is a novel written by J.D. Salinger, first published in 1951. The story is narrated by Holden Caulfield, a teenage boy who has been expelled from several prestigious prep schools and is wandering around New York City. The novel unfolds over a few days as Holden reflects on his experiences and grapples with his feelings of alienation and disillusionment. Holden begins his narrative from a mental institution where he is receiving treatment. He recounts his journey and the events leading up to his breakdown. The central theme of the novel revolves around Holden's search for authenticity and his struggle against what he perceives as the phoniness of the adult world. Holden despises the superficiality and the hypocrisy he sees in society, especially in the adult world. He is critical of societal norms and often expresses his desire to protect the innocence of children from the corrupting influence of adulthood. This desire is epitomized in his fantasy of being the catcher in the rye, standing in a field and preventing children from falling off a cliff, symbolizing the loss of innocence. Throughout his escapades in New York City, Holden encounters various people, including his little sister Phoebe, former classmates, and a prostitute named Sunny. Each encounter serves to deepen Holden's sense of alienation and frustration with the adult world. Holden's emotional struggles are intensified by the death of his younger brother, Allie, which haunts him throughout the novel. Holden's inability to come to terms with Allie's death contributes to his overall sense of despair and disconnectedness. The novel explores themes of identity, alienation, loss, and the transition from adolescence to adulthood. Holden's cynicism and rebellious nature are manifestations of his fear growing up and facing the complexities of the adult world. The narrative style of The Catcher in the Rye is distinctive, characterized by Holden's colloquial language, informal tone, and frequent digressions. Holden's voice is often filled with sarcasm, humor, and a deep sense of vulnerability. The novel concludes with Holden in a mental institution, hinting at the possibility of his recovery. The ambiguous ending leaves readers to interpret whether Holden will find a way to reconcile with the world or continue to resist the inevitable passage into adulthood. The Catcher in the Rye is celebrated for its exploration of the challenges of adolescence and the universal struggle to find meaning and authenticity in a world that often seems phony and alienating. Holden Caulfield's character has become an iconic representation of teenage rebellion and the existential angst, making the novel a timeless and influential work in literature.